Alrighty, so it is the new season of On the List, and we'll get to that in a moment. For those of you asking with the preview, which I've actually gotten a fair amount of questions about, that music that I played in the beginning is actually the music from a podcast called Fictionality. Now, Fictionality has a great concept behind it. The content is okay. It's got some topics on there for a certain kind of crowd, but the music, holy shit. Oh, um yeah, the person who did that. This goes to you if you're watching this, but I doubt you would be because you hate my guts anymore. That music and the handful of people that I asked that do not know you are fairly confused how that works with the episode. Not even the episode, the whole show. That's the best part. But my favorite part is that it's, how do I put this right? You know what? Yeah, it doesn't work. Back to the drawing board on that one. Now, complaining aside, because we're going to save it for the end, it is now time to launch season 4. So, let's get into it. Okay, so All right, so it is the start of season 4. This time, Alex from the Alex Ferraro show is joining me as my co-host. Um, this week, the first week, we have already brought in a first guest. So, if you would like to introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, my name is Salim. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm Salim.
It's
That's
pretty
great.
much it.
That's all I got.
That's all we got. All right, so let's get into it. So, just to refresh anyone who forgot or has never listened to this show, this is the first segment, which is where we talk about news, but not politics, allegations of someone doing something, or Rudy Giuliani. This is more of strange things that we found on the internet that we use to talk about. So, to start off the new season, we have found a list of things titled, in a list of things, we found an article titled Escape Lab Monkeys. Now, this is something we normally start the show off with. So, the story goes like this. There was a truck crashed in Pennsylvania where it was carrying about 100 monkeys from an airport. It was like changing airports or whatever. So like this truck crashed off the highway. All of these monkeys are now running around everywhere. And a woman goes to stop and stops her car, gets out, and like pulls out her phone to like video record all of this. But she gets sick from the smell inside the trailer where all the monkeys came out of. This was my favorite part of the whole thing. The CDC commented on this story. And it said, quote, "She was advised by the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention to seek medical attention." Now, there is a part 2 to this. So, PETA, as everyone loves to joke around with now, is trying to convince these airlines not to take shipments like this anymore, since they had so much success with them in the past. But the fact that it became legal because of COVID, we don't expect them to do anything about it. So, if a truck full of monkeys crashes near your house and one makes it into your backyard, the only problem, you only have the single problem that no one else has: monkey business.
That's good.
How did this, like,
Alright, so
how
what's
did the
your take
monkeys
on
get
it?
out? Like, how did the monkeys get out? Like,
So
I don't understand.
So apparently, like, the cage for them, like, just broke. Like, it's like one of those, like, showcases or whatever that, like, only is, like, held together by a handful of bolts.
Okay.
So when the truck tipped, the bolts went and the monkeys ran out.
You would think monkeys are
So
expensive. You'd think they would use more bolts or something.
literally, like, all I wanted to see with like this kind of story was something like monkeys take over small town, and it would just be something like Planet of the Apes type shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, Planet of the
was-
Apes.
Imagine just going running around. I mean, as long as they're not violent, I mean, I'd probably take. I mean, I don't know about the smell. Apparently, the smell's pretty bad, and from the trailer. As long as the monkey doesn't smell, I would take him in. You know, I always thought monkeys would be cool. Who knows?
What I would want to see is like, is just someone's yard full of monkeys, but like, but literally, Alex is already laughing. Just like someone's yard full of monkeys would be like, yeah, no, they've been there for a while. They've taken it over. The dog's been shitting inside.
We don't leave the house anymore.
That's
we, don't, we, we don't leave the house anymore.
Could you imagine going to work? It's like, oh yeah, you hear the monkey take over? Yeah, like 20 of them are in my backyard now. Like I can't leave. It's over Zoom from now on. I gotta get everything delivered by like a drone. Not even the mailman wants to come by anymore.
The mailman's just decided, yeah, no.
I mean, if I get like poop whipped at me by a monkey, look like a little
New
paper
meaning
airplane.
Shit whipped.
Poor mailman. You better get a raise for that. Like if I come back from work and I'm just covered in like monkey poop, like I better get a bonus or like something. Like literally anything. I'll take anything.
Comes back from lunch. Comes back from lunch covered in shit. Where the hell did you go?
yeah. I just ask for a raise in that moment. I just be like, yeah, I'm not getting enough. I want more.
I'm ready to leave.
Yeah.
Seek out new opportunities. Preferably a job where you won't get poop whipped at you would be kind of nice, you know?
You know what you could do? You could be a, you can go do, like zookeeping work.
Yeah.
You could
I feel like you'd still get
open up your backyard to some, tourists. It'd just be like, yeah, so here's the monkeys. Duck.
Doug. You gotta fill out so many papers, like for like liability reasons. Like, no one better sue you for that, because there's no structure in that backyard at all. You're gonna get like attacked by monkeys. Like, there's no safety guarantee with that backyard at all.
You're just. It is not our fault that you got shit whipped by a monkey.
You just make them sign ahead of time.
It's like, okay. It's like, okay, so here's the monkeys, and here's a pile of shit I have to clean every day.
We're just.
I don't know.
It's literally just like. I'm training them to shit in the bucket, and it's not working.
I'm trying to think.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. I want to know, like, I don't know exactly how far Pennsylvania is from here, but like, if there's a chance a monkey could run into the backyard, I think I'll take him in. I don't know.
You know, Pennsylvania is the state right below us, right?
Oh yeah. Look, man, geography is not my strong suit. Okay, it's not my strong suit at all. I didn't know Canada was like above us for the longest time. Like, I actually didn't know we're like right next to Canada. No, it's bad. No, like just geographically speaking, like I'm like, okay, in my mind, like Canada was always like up north above the United States, and I'm like, okay, well, there's still more states between us and Canada. I just didn't realize Canada was like 20 minutes away.
No. Why does this sound like you would be the one to be like, oh yeah, Canada, that's up, and like look up, and there's Canada.
Like I I had a whole math class in a high school. I took like these like college weird classes or whatever, and they were an hour and a half long. And we in the beginning of class, my teacher was talking about his trip to Canada or something. I'm like, oh, cool. How far do you have to drive for that? He's like, it was only 20 minutes. Like, 'cause you could practically walk there. And I'm like, wait, where's Canada on the map? I thought it was like so much farther from us. The whole hour and a half class was the math teacher and the whole class ganging up on me. Like, just whatever. They kept saying like, oh, so you think New Mexico is also in Mexico, or like random stuff like that. It was a whole hour and a half of like hate on Salim, and I'm like, oh, I mean, okay, that's fine, I guess, sure. Like, it wasn't sad.
It's a whole half hour I hate on Salim.
It was like it was nonstop. It was pretty bad.
So what was your answer to the New Mexico being in Mexico?
Well, it turns out New Mexico is not in Mexico. That's pretty cool. I know that now. We're good. We're good. Listen, man, math, science, you put me in any of those, I can carry my own weight. Geography, no, someone's got to do some work there.
Alex, we're gonna make a podcast sub-series called "Leave Salim Somewhere." And what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave him like in like a big city, but give him like a paper map and see if he can get himself out.
Okay, okay. I actually would like to do that, though. No, here's the thing though. Like, I know my way around places. Like my family and we took a trip to Spain one time. They had no idea what they were doing, and I found my way to like a random spot in Spain back to the hotel using only Pokemon Go and some random paper map. I was pretty proud of it. But no, just like looking at a map and you like ask me where something is, I can't. Like, I have better odds of like throwing a random dart at the board and they're like, okay, I got it. Like, than me actually knowing where it is.
Literally, it's like you take a left at the Turtwig.
No, that actually did happen. They were like lost and like we were at this like random like marketplace and I'm like, actually, you know what? No, like I showed them the Pokemon Go map and I'm like, look, I caught a Starly like around there, like it was 3 streets down. I'm pretty sure that was pretty close to the hotel. If we get to that spot, I think I could figure it out. Uh, Let me tell. Okay, Pokemon Go came in handy. Okay, it was pretty fun. Yeah, but like, it was a good map too. Like actually. Oh, especially the Pokestops or whatever they were called. Like, you know what I mean? They have like little pictures on them.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That was also very helpful.
That's how Pokemon Go people don't get lost, is the little pictures on the gym.
No, it actually does help. I mean, until like people like fall into manholes or like whatever from Pokemon Go. But like, if you actually pay attention to where you're going, it's a good tool. Flash Pokemon, so fun.
Alright, so I think we exhausted that story, so I think we're all set to move on. Any last comments on this one?
I just want a pet monkey now. I'm not gonna lie to you. That story made me want a pet monkey. Could you imagine doing like this like podcast? They are.
It's just the monkey in the back.
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen like baby monkeys? Like, you ever seen like those videos? Like baby monkeys at like Starbucks and like they would like grab the food and like they would give the money. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay, that would be pretty cool. I would really like that. I think I'd be a pretty cool monkey owner.
Yeah, he could help you get around the world.
He'd probably be better at geography than me.
Alright, so with that, we're going to move on to... Alrighty, so this is Meanwhile. Now, this used to be Anthony's bit, but because we have a guest, we're going to interview Salim. So,
Alright.
Salim, I have a couple of questions here for you, and they're kind of silly, but I think they're kind of funny.
Yeah, let's go for it.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 questions. Alex, you could feel free to answer these two. Um, so the first one is, what is the best sandwich?
Best sandwich. Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. See, if you
Not
ask me
about who
this
you
question,
are, not about where you're from. What's the
it's a
best sandwich?
it's a pretty good question. It's a pretty good starter question. Actually, all right. If you asked me this question like a few days ago, I wouldn't have had a good answer. But I just discovered a new sandwich that I made, right? Because like I've started like doing this like whole bulking, workout stuff. Like I've been getting back into it and whatever. And I was
Yep.
coming up with these new recipes, whatever. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if this counts as a sandwich or not. I used a tortilla wrap instead of like sandwich bread, but like whatever. Um, so I went to Aldi the other day. I got these sun-dried tomato tortilla wrap things, right? Because they're like 200 something calories, whatever. Not important. I also got beef hot dogs because, well, I don't know, it sounds good, whatever. So I got 3 beef hot dogs. I put them on like this grill thing, whatever. Grilled them, made them like nice and crispy. I put them in the tortilla wrap, which I also put on, like I put the tortilla wrap for like 30 seconds on the grill just to like, give it some heat, give it some heat. I put in the hot dogs, 3 hot dogs, put some pepper jack cheese, and then put some nice lettuce on there, wrapped it up. Oh my God, that was like, it was a lot. I did not expect it to be that good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just trying to get as many calories as I could, some protein, it'd be nice. But like, I ended up making like 2 or 3 or something. That same day, I was like a third of my daily calories was that sandwich or those 3 sandwiches. But it was it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I don't know if it exactly counts as a sandwich, but like,
He went to McDonald's and laughed in their face. This-
no, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think I've been to McDonald's 3 times in my life or something. I haven't been there in a while, but like, oh, actually, I've been there. The last time I went there was actually on my trip to Spain because someone told me, it was like, oh yeah, yeah, international McDonald's is so much better than American McDonald's, and I was like, all right, sure, I'll try it out. And they got like these nice fancy pictures of what like their burger, like the whatever classic hamburger they have at like McDonald's. They have like a nice picture of the hamburger, like it looked pretty top notch. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take that. Ended up being like three
you look at
bucks.
it,
Oh my God, I have a
get it.
picture of it.
It looks like crap.
Yeah, no, that was like it was the perfect like expectation versus reality picture I've ever seen in my entire life. Like this burger on the picture was like top notch, like you were gonna go to a fancy restaurant to get this burger. This thing was literally like it looked smushed down. The bread was like this thick and like it was like slid off. They forgot like half the stuff that was supposed to be on it. It was literally just meat, cheese, and then 2 thin pieces of bread. Oh my God, I'll never forget that day. That was such a big disappointment.
All right. The next question: what is one thing that you own that you would throw out?
Do people not count because my brother is something that would go right out the window?
No, your brother. You don't own your brother, so
Oh, okay, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. Ooh, that I own that I would throw out. Oh my God. I mean, besides school textbooks, because like obviously those are like,
nah, you
ooh.
can toss those.
No, okay, you know what? No, screw that. That's those. I always end up buying them and I never use them. And I don't know. Like I don't really use it. I'm not a textbook guy, I guess, but man, I don't know. That's a tough question. What would I own that I would throw out? Shoot, I don't know. Oh, you know what? No, I do know.
Well,
My mini fridge. As much as I love that thing, oh, the noise it makes at night is so loud. Like I would be like, I'm trying to sleep, then all of a sudden it goes. I'm like, okay, give it a few seconds, then it gets even louder out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, like it gets to a point. I'm like, I really hope this isn't like waking up everyone else in the house, but I'm like, it actually might be. But no, that's what I throw out, the mini fridge. I'm like, I would rather just walk downstairs than deal with that noise.
That's fair enough. Okay. The next one is, what is the scariest animal? And no, you cannot say monkeys.
I mean, after those stories and freaking passing out from the smell, I mean, honestly, monkeys. But scariest animal. Oh, you know what it was? that anglerfish. I don't know why. Just looking at, I've never, thank God, I've never seen one in person. But those things are terrifying. Like I can go, I'm not that scared of lions or like the big cats or whatever. But anglerfish, just looking like just creepy. Like I can live without seeing an anglerfish and I'd be okay with it.
Okay. Next one is apples or oranges.
Oranges, 100% oranges.
Okay. Your favorite action movie.
Ooh, oh, come on, that's tough. Okay. Okay, I know. I don't know how many people know this movie. Well, I mean, it has Ryan Reynolds in it and Samuel L. Jackson. Um, it's The Hitman's Bodyguard. Not the second one, the first one. The first one is amazing. I love that movie.
Oh,
It's you know what I'm talking about? It's so good.
Alex has a comment.
yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. They make like a really good chemistry in that movie. Samuel L. Jackson, Ryan Reynolds.
They do.
Yeah.
It was like sick. It's like up there with me. Like it's tied with Die Hard. I just really like Die Hard. I know many people say it's not a Christmas movie. My favorite Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
Die Hard. Yes.
See, Alex knows what's
Love
going
Die
on.
Hard. Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
I didn't want to pick the most generic answer, but I love that movie.
Let's see. Next one is most used app on your phone.
Most used app. I don't know. Okay, so it used to be Snapchat, but I'm not that great at it anymore. But
Yeah, you're terrible at it. I'm trying to.
I get
I'm trying
busy.
to text them, call, snap them, like, bruh.
I don't know what it is, because like Snapchat, it's always like the same few people. I just send faces to the same few people. That's pretty much it. But honestly, I think it's just YouTube, because at this point, I just like put on a random video and then I just walk around. I just have it playing in the background. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Like I used to play Minecraft a lot on my phone. I don't like the whole. I don't like it on Xbox. I don't like it on Xbox. I don't like it. I don't know.
Okay, I had to use that sound somewhere.
Yeah.
Minecraft was the perfect opportunity.
Yes.
Come on, man. It's Minecraft. Come on, you can't go wrong with Minecraft.
No.
Um, okay. Last question, and this one goes for Alex too.
Alrighty.
What number am I thinking of?
42.
5.
Alex? What'd you say, Alex?
I said 5.
Alex is right.
Yeah.
Why 5? What? How'd you know that? Wait, no, hold on. How'd you know that, and why 5?
Well,
5.
because 5 is like his favorite number. I mean,
Why is 5 your favorite number?
It was my volleyball number.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It's a little weird that most of my stuff has 5 in the name, isn't it?
and also, I mean, thinking
Yeah.
of the countdown: 5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Yeah.
All right. You know what?
See,
5 is a
Alex
pretty
gets
decent
it.
answer. Alex gets it. All right. Props to Alex. Props to
Got
Alex.
something right. Yeah.
I don't know why 42 was my like.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay, that was a perfect. That was a perfect time for the.
That one worked.
Yeah.
That one worked.
That one worked pretty well.
Okay, so that's all the questions that I have. Salim, my last question I didn't write down, but what is this is? I feel like this one's just a little bit of a deeper kind of thing. What do you want someone to know that they don't know already?
Just like a specific person, like you mean like in general, like about me.
Just in general. Just in general, yeah.
I don't know. Uh, yeah, I know. I don't know. I really don't know. And
Alright, let me change up the question then. What is
yeah,
something that you wish people knew about you?
people wish I knew about me. Hmm. I don't know. Sometimes you like. Oh, okay. I know. Okay. If I'm like quiet in a conversation, it's not like I'm ignoring the conversation. I'm trying to think of something cool to say. So like, Yeah, I don't know if you ever get that feeling, you know what I'm talking about? Like when people are talking, I'm just like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait, okay, I got something to say for this. So if I'm ever
Uh,
like silent, yeah. If I'm ever like silent, I'm just trying to think of something to say. That's pretty much it. Sometimes the process just takes a long time. I don't know. I never really thought about that before.
yeah, see? We asked the real questions
You
on
asked the real
this show.
questions about on this real show.
Alright, so with that, we're going to move on because we are now out of questions, and we're going to put Salim through his personal hell.
Am I going back to school? What's going on? Like, what's happening? Or am I going to
Alright,
work?
school on a Sunday.
No. It could actually. I don't know. No, you know what? School would be worse than work. I was gonna say, or it could be work. Depends if I have to jump in again. But
No, we're getting to that later. That's later.
I knew it. I
That's
knew
later.
it. All right. All
That's
right. All
later.
right.
Okay, alright, so with that, we'll move on to fill in the... Alrighty. So, because this is the first time in the series that we are playing this, here's a little refresher on how this works. So, I have found some things related to absolutely nothing. But you have to figure out the missing thing that makes the whole thing funny.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it is a multiple choice, a finish the sentence, or a fill in the blank. Are you
Okay.
ready?
I don't know if ready is the word I would use to describe it right now, but yeah, willing to
So
try.
there's only three things, two of which are fill in the blank. Well, no, two of them are answering questions. One of them you have to fill in the blank.
Okay.
The one you have to fill in the blank is a limerick, so it rhymes with itself.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Alright, so let's get the first one done, because I think the first one... Actually, no, the second one is the most funny to me, so we're going to save that for the end. So the first one, we'll do the limerick.
Okay.
Okay? So you gotta pay attention. Alex, you're in on this too.
Yes.
You gotta pay attention,
Yeah.
or you're gonna miss a key detail that will help you with the answer. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Sales of art can't be left to civilians. We need auctions on fancy pavilions. This guy held a yard sale that was a real hard fail. $30 for some art that's worth... what?
A Pop Tart. I know that's the first thing that popped to my head.
has the look on his face like he's just seen a ghost for the first time.
Yeah, I'm, I'm processing this as well.
He's processing. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What are some thoughts right now?
Let's see. So, let's see. Oh man. Salim, how are you doing?
I'm still putting my money on the Pop Tart
No,
thing.
yeah.
I'm pretty set with the
It's not
Pop Tart.
Pop-Tarts.
Oh, come on. Okay, hold on. What was?
Everybody's sold on Pop-Tarts.
I'm pretty sold on the Pop Tarts now. Now I'm hungry for Pop Tarts. Actually, crap. Monkeys and Pop Tarts. That's on my
Make
Amazon
sandwich
shopping
on
list right now.
Pop-Tart.
I gotta try that. No,
Make-
Pop Tarts have a
make
lot of
sandwich on
calories.
Pop-Tarts.
I could think of something. I gotta think of something. Wait, what was the last part? What was the rhyming part again? I forgot. Just so I can like, if it's not Pop Tarts.
$30. $30 for some art that's worth blank.
Two in the pantry?
Oh my god! it's, it's,
So did he get it?
Did I,
no, we didn't.
did I win?
It's-
Oh, damn.
Ah,
I thought I had it.
soundboards.
Soundboard. So here's the full thing with the
Mm.
answer.
Okay, okay.
Sales of art can't be left to civilians. We need auctions on fancy pavilions. This guy held a yard sale that was a real hard fail. $30 for some art that's worth millions.
I would not.
Alex
Wait.
just goes, oh.
Oh. So Pop Tarts was pretty close. I'm still pretty
Yeah,
sold on the Pop
Pop-Tarts
Tarts.
was actually not that close at all.
No, it's pretty close. Pop Tarts, millions.
You know, I mean,
Oh,
mine was
yeah.
close too with the expression, like two in the pantry, you know? Yeah, I think I had it there.
You keep Pop-Tarts in a pantry?
Yeah, why not?
That's actually a good spot to keep Pop Tarts, actually.
Alright,
Yeah. Then, you know, there's a...
alright. Now, the next two have an answer to them. They're not fill in the blank, they're not multiple choice. Okay? This week, children in California left their classrooms in a protest because something that the administrators took away from them. What did they take?
Ooh. This feels like, what was that one game? Cards Against Humanity, just without the, you know what I mean? That's just
Yeah.
fun. I like this. I like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, let's keep in mind, hold on, let's keep in mind, the school in California in question is an elementary school.
Ooh, okay, okay.
That might
That's
help.
actually helpful.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of
Elvis, what do you
like,
think?
Thinking clocks.
ooh, you know, that's actually not a bad guess. That wasn't bad. I like that. That's a good guess.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's not clocks, though.
Uh,
I thought it was pretty solid. I'd pretty much I'd protest if like clocks were taken out of the school. I mean, that'd make the day go like so much slower. Oh my
Bro,
god.
hold on a minute. You're in third grade. You're gonna protest that a clock is taken out of the school? You can't even
Yeah,
read it.
Yeah.
then they can't keep track of when they're getting out. It's like
Yeah, no, third grade, all I thought about was Pokemon. That's it. So all I did was look at the clock, waiting for the day to go by faster. The clock was my best friend back in third grade, okay? All right, he let me know when it was almost time for
but
Pokemon.
I think like the group of us, especially like this generation kind of deal, is the last ones that can read an analog clock.
Yeah, it's gonna get pretty tough for them.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the future, if my grandson is like, "Oh, what's that?" I'd be like, "It's an analog clock," and they're gonna be like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, that'd be so disappointing." But okay,
Okay. So let's get
Back to the
back to
question.
it.
Yeah.
Back to the question. Each of you get one more guess.
Okay. Is it the whole school, like the whole
I'll,
elementary school?
the whole school. I'll give you another hint. It was something having to do with lunch.
Lunch.
Oh, um, I think I might have a kick at this. It's probably because
Alex, if you say Pop Tarts, you're wrong.
no, I wasn't gonna say surprisingly. Um, they took away their hot dogs. Yeah.
No.
Hot dog? He said it so confidently. It shoot him down like that.
Yes, they're taking away hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Give me hot dogs for 100 points. Yeah.
Hot
Shoot,
dog.
something to do
My
with
favorite
lunch.
food is hot dog.
If you put 3 of them in a tortilla wrap
My
with some
favorite
cheese.
food is hot dog.
Salim's hot dogs you can't go wrong with. Those are.
Oh man. Okay, alright. I gotta think.
Salim,
Okay, they couldn't have taken away benches, right? There's no way they took away the benches. They took
They're
away.
not taking away benches.
I don't know. Maybe they're making making these kids work. I don't know. Um. Shoot. The. I don't know. Utensils. I can't think. I don't know. I can't think of anything. What did they take away?
You're gonna think you are so stupid when I give you the answer.
Hmm.
They took away from elementary students chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Okay, you know what? That is okay. I feel pretty stupid for not guessing the chocolate. I completely forgot about the chocolate
me
milk.
too.
Chocolate milk. Look,
Chocolate.
look. Kids go to school to catch COVID, not diabetes. It's,
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
No,
right,
if they took away
this is my
chocolate
favorite
milk.
one. They actually protested. The kids went out and protested, and the administrators changed their mind. So now they will have access to chocolate milk every Friday.
Nice.
Okay, you know what? That is actually better than no chocolate milk.
America.
Yeah.
America. This is the definition of America. No, I don't know what it is, but like towards the end of like middle school and like towards the end of high school, the chocolate milk started getting bad. I don't know if it was just because of the chocolate milk, like, but every now and then you'd find like a lot of spoiled ones,
So
like so many
they
people.
changed it. They went. They changed it from the. It was like 1% or whatever. They changed it to fat free, and it tasted terrible.
That's what it was. Yeah, I remember it tasting really bad, then getting spoiled a lot.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, last one. This is my absolute favorite one. Now, keep in mind, Salim, this has a bit of geography to it.
Oh crap. Okay, all right, Alex, you
Okay.
can take my guesses.
All right. Yeah, I got this. I'm a geography whiz.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
A woman in Boston. A woman in Boston fulfilled a lifelong dream to be on the CBS daytime show Price is Right, where she won a trip to where?
Ooh. Okay, give me the map and the dart. This is gonna be good. Let's see. Oh, no shot. You want a trip to Boston?
I want to hear Alex's answer because if Alex is closer, I'm gonna take Salim's answer.
Okay. I'm gonna say she won a trip to Hawaii.
No, Salim wins. So
I got one. Let's go.
So she won a.
A little Bully McGuire dance going on.
So the lady won a trip to New Hampshire, which is an hour north of Boston, which is effectively like
Does
people
the-
living in Buffalo going to Canada. Like,
She got a free flight back. I don't know where they do the Price is Right show, but she got a flight
oh,
back
but
for free.
no. Here's the thing. She has to go. She has to go back to Boston, fly to L.A. to fly to New Hampshire because that's a part of the prize. Is they fly you to New Hampshire.
Oh my god. I wish you could just like return the tickets, get some money back, and then just drive or you could honestly just walk to New Hampshire. I don't even know. Just drive to New Hampshire from there.
Here's your vacation. Walk to New Hampshire.
Just a nice
Honestly, if I get some money out of it, I would at least hope there'd be like first class like tickets, you know? It was just like, you know, at least it'll make the trip worthwhile.
Alright, so that is all of my fill-in-the-blank questions. You both survived, but the winner who won nothing
Yeah.
is Salim.
Wipe the board.
There you go. That's your crowd clapping for you.
That was my crowd. Thank you, crowd. Thank you, crowd.
The audience that isn't here.
Whenever I hear that like that noise, I always think of that one TikTok of the whoever placed all the goldfish like all over the house, and it's like the never mind, I'll find, and then like pants all the goldfish are like someone like you, or like you know what I'm talking about. That's the crowd I picture all over the kitchen right now. It's like
So, alright, so we're gonna move on to the next segment. So, this should be fun. Right. So, for those of you that have been listening to this since Season 3, this is the segment that we call Story Time. Now, Story Time is where we would give a heartwarming tale of a bus driver who ran away from a burning bus with children in it. Like a bitch. But not this time. This time, I'm not sure if, Salim, you want to save it or not, but we're gonna tell saving stories.
Oh my god. I remember this. This is going to be fun.
So So, to put it in perspective, I, Salim, who works with me, and
Hi.
Alex, who used to work with me, we're all lifeguards now or at some point. And the best part of this was we all swam together at the same time, at the same school, on the same team. so,
Yeah. It's kind of funny how that
so
worked out,
we
actually.
all have some kind of story that we either had to save someone or almost had to save someone. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a few of
So,
them.
Salim, I think you should go first because I know yours, and it's probably the most funny.
We go with the most recent one. The one. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. We only have one. No, I got another one that happened. Does it?
You only have what?
No, I got two. I mean,
Well,
actually,
I mean, to my
one was on.
knowledge, to my knowledge, you only have on your record. You only have one save.
Yeah, I have one save that was on duty. I have another almost save. I ran off the chair. That was also on duty, and then I got a third one that was off duty, but I didn't have to fill out an incident report, thank God. But I'll tell the one that we were, the one when we were oh man, when we were together at that one. So here's what happened. There was obviously we're in a pool, and the pool that we're working at was usually pretty empty. You would get like maybe what 3, 4 people within an hour, nothing crazy, and it's pretty chill. We just we just chill out for like 2 hours, however much it is. But this specific day, I had no idea why. There was 14, was it 14 people at that pool that day, just randomly.
At that moment, there were 14 people in that pool. The
14.
entire day that he was there were 17 total. Now,
Yeah.
this pool has 5 lanes, and they're not big to begin with, so 17 is a lot.
Yeah, this is a small pool.
Alex, to put it in perspective, take East's 4-lane pool, add one more lane to it, and then put 17 people in it.
Oh wow.
Now watch
No,
it by yourself.
Holy crap.
No, because we also watch like an Olympic-sized pool. So like if you tell me 17 people in an Olympic-sized pool, I'm like, okay, that's normal, whatever. But like this like 5-lane pool, like this is smaller than some like middle school pool stuff. Like it was kind of scary, not gonna lie. I was like, okay. So anyway, this really packed day. There was this lane right in the middle of the pool. Had seven, I think it was 5 to 7 people in it in that one lane by itself. And these people, they weren't the best of swimmers, let's put it that way. So we were already like, we were like, let's keep an eye on like an extra, some like, more time focused on this group because they're a little the
Clowns.
include group of clowns, yeah. No, so there was before the actual saving part. There was a guy that almost kind of drowned. You went up and talked to him. You're like, yeah, don't go past like the halfway, please, because like you almost drowned back there.
So at that pool, it goes 3'3", 4, 5, and between 5 and 6, there's like a blue line where it starts to get a lot deeper. So it's like 5, 6, 8, 10, like 9 or whatever, because it starts to slope back up.
Yeah.
So I go over to him. I'm like, dude, I literally almost watched you drown. Stay on this side of the pool. And he goes, okay.
Oh man, we should have known at that moment that we should have just told all of them to stay on that side, honestly. But yeah, I know after that,
I started with the general thing of like, okay, who here can swim?
who
Like,
can swim?
No one answered me with a definite
Actually,
yes.
I don't remember that part. Oh my god.
No, this was what they did. They literally was like, I'd come over. I'm like, okay, not to offend anyone, but who can swim? And all of them are like,
Hey.
that doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, that should have been like a first indication, honestly. Like that should have given us a first clue. But We didn't see that. We
It's
didn't see
that,
that.
it's that, damn, I need to add that as a sound now. The old SNL bit of um, I feel like you two will know exactly what it is as soon as I say it. The red flag. It's like,
Oh,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
it's like,
I think so
that
too.
it was like a bit that was like, if, it's like, she says she only has one job on Tuesdays. Red flag.
That actually is a good sound. I do recommend that.
I really want to see if I can find that specific thing and like enough where it's like not covered in music and just have it say red flag.
Red flag. That's actually not a bad idea, actually. No, so after that scenario, they kept swimming, right? They just,
Yeah.
whatever, whatever. And then one of the guys, the guy.
Oh, oh, he's
Oh no.
gone.
Oh no.
Okay, so we'll take that. We'll take that as a break. We're gonna. Oh, he's
Oh, there he
back.
is.
I'm
There he
back.
is.
He's
There he
back.
I
is. Yeah.
it just come. I was scared. I was just looking at the screen. I was like, uh-oh. I'm like,
Yeah, your
oh.
Wi-Fi's been cutting out the whole time.
Has it actually?
Yeah,
Yeah, your screen's been
Oh.
cutting out a lot.
Your camera keeps cutting out, and it says, "Don't worry, your video's still being recorded."
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
and we can hear you, so it's been fine. But like, you've been
I,
in and out. Oh, see, there he goes
I
again.
could probably move closer. Again? I could probably go to the
He
router.
literally needs to like stand next to the router.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you want me to move to the router? I'll move to the router. We'll take a little detour. Do you want me to go to the router? Like, did I cut out again? Do you want me to like actually go? I can actually go to the router. I don't mind.
actually really funny.
No. I can go to the router. Do you want me to go to the router?
Don't worry. This is just episode 1.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I was looking. I couldn't find like an Ethernet cable to like plug into, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this is fine. I was like, this should be fine. Normally, it doesn't give me problems. Well, there's the
Well,
one.
it hasn't been any problem, but you just freaking left. Like, it was just-
Yeah, my bad. I'm back.
He's back. That's the important thing. All right, so let's keep going. When you're good, we're
Well,
at the point where the guy is starting to swim to his doom.
Ah, yes, the Doom. And yeah, so he starts swimming to Zed Doom, and he gets halfway to the pool, looks, it just decides, you know what, this is a good spot to drown. Just goes bloop. So at first, like, this was around what? It was around the 5-6 foot area. So I feel like if he really wanted to, he could have like stood up. Like he definitely could have stood up. I feel,
He
but
definitely
he,
Like, he
yeah,
got out. He was as tall as me, and I'm like 5'10" or something like that. So he
yeah.
definitely stood up. Like,
He 100%. That's what I'm saying. That's why. Okay, so he started freaking out. He started panicking, and I'm like, okay, he can figure it out. It's a 5 foot pool. He can just stand up, and everything will be okay. So I stood up. I was like at the edge of the pool. I was like, okay, do I jump in? And then I was just like thinking, I'm like, okay, maybe he's got this. He grabs onto the lane line, starts rolling under the lane line, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, we think we have to hop in at this point.
he's holding it like this. Like, he's holding it like this. He's over it. And, like, the funniest part, I almost lost it, was he starts rolling it, like, it starts rolling himself down into the side of the... Like, and
Like, I don't know what he was thinking.
He was trying to shimmy himself over to the shallow end. He stands up and immediately slips and holds onto the thing again. But
Honestly, like if
no, this was my favorite part. The guy swimming in the lane next to him, this guy's feet is in like the next lane, who's holding onto the lane line. The guy is a regular who comes in just about every day. He swims by, and he goes, "Hey, I'm fucking swimming here." What if this guy's what if this guy's drowning?
You heard that too? I wasn't sure if you heard that.
Fucking swimming.
That happened while I was saving him, and I'm like, did someone say that, or like, was that the water rushing in?
No, he's like, fucking swimming. As soon as that sleep, that's why I had to like step away to go like find the reports or whatever because there weren't any. But I was too busy laughing at that.
I don't blame you. Actually.
He looked at you straight in the face and yelled at you because you were in his way while you were saving somebody.
Like, we made eye contact, and I'm like, I looked down at my shirt. I'm like, does he not see that I'm like wearing a shirt that says lifeguard and I'm soaking wet with a mask on my face? Like, did he not like picture, like, piece together what was happening there, or like what's happening? It was so funny. Like, actually, like. Like the save, like it was a pretty simple save, like because I'm like what, like 6'2" or something. So I ran over there. I just stood at like the pool and I propped the guy up, and then I kind of like picked him up and I kind of like moved him down to like 3 feet, and then like while I was walking him down, I realized like, wait, hold on, how come I still can't breathe? And I'm like, I'm out of the water. And I'm like, oh wait, the mask. I'm like waterboarding myself right now. So I put the guy down so he can stand. Like, it's at this point we're like at 4 feet, I think, or something like that. Like, I'm like pretty much at like chest height at this point. I put him down. I take off the mask and I turn back and I find him like drowning again. He jumps onto the lane line, starts doing the same like rolling under the lane line motion all over again. I'm like, buddy, we're at 3 feet of water at this point. Like, come on. You can get on your knees and you'll still be above water. Like, what are you doing, my guy?
Look, dumbass.
It was like, man had a rough day. I haven't seen him after that. He did not come back, I think.
No,
But
he hasn't come back then.
he hasn't come back? Alright.
No. So, Alex, do you have one?
Yeah. So, okay. It was like a false alarm, but basically what happened was is like, there was like 4 feet of water, and there's this couple that they were just like making out in the pool, and
Oh, I remember this.
yeah. So I actually I didn't like it because for some reason I thought they were gonna drown. So I took a basketball and I chucked it right at them, and I'm like, "Stop making out in the pool!" And so they look at me, and then they just got out, and then they started making out on the land. So I just turn around. I'm just like, "Stop it! You're disgusting all these people."
Oh
Now,
my god.
Yeah.
there was one more time. This is gonna be my story for this. Now, this wasn't a saving story, but it was a lifeguard story, so it in my book it passes. So when I used to work outside with Alex, I think it was the summer before Alex got hired, actually. So there was this couple here that like came to the pool like bright and sunny, like nobody was at the pool. It was just them two and one of us watching them. And most of us were on a break, and it was just one guard watching him. And literally, this lady gets in the pool with a guy sitting on the edge of the pool, and I think we all know what was about to happen. Yeah. So they start doing this in front of the guard that's sitting there. and so we called over the supervisor, and the guy still like mid stuff in the middle of this, looks over at the supervisor. And the supervisor's like, "Yo, you can't be doing that here. Like that shit's like not allowed, like illegal. Like, what if there were like kids here?" He's like, "Hey, you want to get in on this?"
What?
No, this was the best part. This was the best part. So, because that summer, it's like all of us were like looking around. It's like we want to like put these people away because like this is illegal, and all like we were all like, okay, so the legal age for this, for it to be like a criminal offense, is 16. I was 16 at the time. I was the youngest person working there at the time, and the supervisor walks in and he goes, "Is anyone here younger than 17?" My hand immediately shot up.
Oh my god. Wait, I'm so glad I did not work at that pool. Oh my god, that's too much, dude.
You know what's funny?
Mm.
That was at that, like, working there for like 2 years, or for the 2 or 3 years that I worked there. That was just like a regular Thursday.
That was a regular Thursday.
Wow.
It wasn't a full day unless the cops were called. So
Hey, what? Seriously? Okay, I'm like really glad I work at our pool now. Saying I don't think we've had like any calls like that before.
not yet.
Not yet.
You
Not
never
yet.
know.
No, the only time we had like, sirens around us was I remember during someone at our pool was doing lifeguard training just for some reason. And the backboarding, they're like pulling someone out with the backboard. Then they just, they dropped the backboard. The poor kid who was like the victim for that scenario had like a concussion and like something broken. They had to call the ambulance or something like that. That was the only time we had like, actual like sirens and stuff like come over. But like,
I have been dropped on that board so many times.
actually,
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I dropped him because
Yeah, he did. He dropped me.
he dropped you?
I mean, yeah, I didn't mean to, but like
I'd hope you didn't mean
I
to.
like slipped on
Well,
the
no,
edge.
he's pulling me out of the deep end. He's pulling me out.
Ah, okay.
He's pulling me out of the diving well, and I'm not sure like if he saw like the lip on it or not or whatever. But he goes, he pulls it down. It's like just him pulling.
Yeah, just
And he
me.
goes, pulls it all the way down. I'm not sure how high I actually was, but it was definitely more than an inch.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that's like a solid 4 inches.
It was like
It-
4 or 5 inches.
It was like I looked over and it was like a solid like this much. Like it was, and drops like straight on the back of my head. And Nate
I'm
comes over,
so
he's like,
glad-
"You okay?" I'm like, "I'm gonna need a minute."
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a minute.
I'm so glad you didn't get concussed or anything. I felt so
Oh
bad.
my god.
Also, my fingers got crushed in the process. So I was like, I just
Not only did I get dropped by him, in the same moment he crushed his fingers underneath the.
yeah, my fingers were right underneath.
Connor was like, if I'm going down, you're coming down with me.
I've been dropped by Alex. I've been dropped by a handful of people that work at that pool. One of the research classes that I was helping out with over the summer, we were doing backboarding in the diving well. I was strapped to the board, and they were like, "All right, we're gonna pull you out." No one had a hand on the board, and then like they tried to like use it to like grab onto it to like pull me over to the wall again because I started floating away. They pulled it, and the board flipped. I'm strapped into this thing like as tight as possible, and I am upside down, face down in the water.
Oh my god. And this is why I'll never be a victim for the backboarding lessons ever again. I'm scared of that. There was when I was a lifeguard, there was someone taking their certification, whatever test thing, and they were learning how to. They weren't learning, but they were being tested on the backboard, and they're like, I lost the not it thing, so I had to be the victim. So I hopped in, And then he was getting me out with the backboard, sure, whatever. He was doing all right. And then it got to the point where he had to like get me out of the pool. And I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And you know how normally like there's like two people, one person's supposed to like hold onto your arm, right? And then like they lift up the board with your arm. This guy said, no, 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 cross his arms, make sure his arms are crossed, and let's pull him in. And I was like, I wasn't allowed to say anything because I'm like a victim, whatever. And then the person giving the test, they're like, are you sure? Are you ready? And then he's like, yeah, he'll be good, he'll be good. Like, I don't know what his process was because like the board's gonna end up being like 90 degrees, like with the pool. So, I wish someone caught a video of that because that felt like a water slide. I just went like straight down in the pool. I felt bad for the guy because he jumped back into the pool and like he tried saving me a second time from under the water, but I already had like a spine injury, air quotes, you know. Oh my god, it was that poor guy. I mean, I think he still passed, but like barely.
So, like, literally, what I'll do for like those kind of like testing and stuff like that. If I'm like the victim, I'll make sure that like whoever's like doing the test or whatever, and it usually will end up being our boss. Um, like he knows. I would assume like facial expressions of like, oh shit, I'm not happy with how this is going. Um, so this one, um, I was helping with, and I was a victim for. I'm strapped to the board. I got the head restraints on. At least this wasn't you, but it was someone else that dropped me. He looks right at me. He's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Maybe." I can't see straight at the moment, and it's one of the heavier boards. That one hurt a little bit. That was. Salim, you know the wooden board we have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that one.
Oh, I've never actually seen that one be used before. And now I know why. But we always have like these little light ones now, the light plastics.
Yeah. Okay, so enough of that. Enough of story time. We're gonna move on to time to bitch.
Oh yeah.
All right, perfect timing because the song just ended. I let the whole thing play through to try and give Salim time to get his charger.
The Mac attack had a little spasm there.
It was exactly a minute and 24 seconds that you had.
I used every second carefully.
Alright, so this, as most people have been waiting for the last hour and 10 minutes. this is a segment that we like to call Time to Bitch. Now, Time to Bitch is where we have a general topic and complain about anything having to do with that topic. So, to go off our story time, this time we are going to be bitching about people who can't swim.
Oh. All right.
So, Salim, it sounds like you want to go first.
Well, all right. I mean, I told the story about the guy, obviously at the pool. So that would have been my first one, obviously. But actually, I never actually finished the part of that. After we saved him, he actually went back to the wall and then taught his friends how to swim. Like, he gave them pointers. I forgot to mention that.
You forgot to mention that. The dude just got saved, and he's teaching his friends.
Not even like 5 minutes later. Not even 5 minutes later, he got to the wall. He's like, "This is how you kick, guys. Don't forget to breathe with your arm." And then I was like sitting there, like, "Oh, are you serious, my guy? Like, come on." Like,
look, dumbass.
you could have done that like 5 minutes before I saved you. Would have been perfectly acceptable. But I don't think even his friends wanted to listen to him after that.
I hope on the way back to wherever they were going, wherever they live, that there were like punches thrown. Like, it's like, you're teaching us how to swim. You got saved, dumbass.
Just beat him up. Just like, "This is what you get. We thought you were cool."
we thought you knew how to swim. Yeah, I thought I did too.
It doesn't even know how to float, apparently. Or stand at the bottom of the pool, actually. He's like, you would think it's step one. You would think it's step one, actually. But, people who don't know how to swim. I actually go when I'm not working. I go to the pool, the Olympic-sized one, not the smaller one. And I always have random friends or people that I meet, and I'm like, "Okay, we can go swimming sometime. Sure, why not?" So we'd go to the pool, and some of the times they know how to swim, which is okay. But like, I'm meeting all these people, so I don't the first thing I ask them is like, "Do you know how to swim?" Like, that's not the first thing I ask. But some of these people don't. Turns out they don't know how to swim. So. In our Olympic-sized pool that I guard, there's this diving tower thing. So there's 10 meters, 7.5 meters, 5 meters, 3 meters, whatever. And we were jumping casually off I had a group of like 5 people. And then 4 of us were just jumping off like the 10. We're jumping off the 5, whatever. And then the 5th guy was just sitting there. And I'm like, "Yo, come on, you want to hop in with us?" And he's like, yeah, I'll hop in, but I haven't swam in like a year or so. And I'm like, "Oh, well, do you know the basic stuff?" And he's like, yeah. And he's like, "Do you want me to just jump into the diving well and like see if I can like tread water and stuff?" And right there, I was going to say yeah, but then it hit me that the diving well was 18 feet deep. And if you're going to test yourself how to swim because you're not 100% sure if you remember how to swim or not, maybe the 18-foot pool was not the best idea. So I'm very proud of myself. I said, "Hey, let's go to the 4-foot pool." And honestly, that was the best decision of my entire life. I love this guy. He's a bit of a bigger guy. He's not, he's a little heavier, So if he sunk down there, it would have been a big issue for me. I don't know. So yeah, we went to the 4-foot pool.
What about my ass that has to pull him out of the pool?
Yeah, I wasn't actually on duty during this time, so I mean, hey, I would have just had to call someone. So we went down to the 4-foot section. We had to cross by the break table. And I was telling the other guards, like my friends, and I was like, yeah, we're just going to test him. And as a joke, I was like, I'm just going to grab this tube just in case. It was literally just a joke, just to make the lifeguards laugh. So I grabbed the tube, and I went to the other end. I'm like, "All right, yeah, go ahead, man, sure." So he jumps in. He takes one stroke. I'm like, okay, he should be fine. Like I wasn't like worried, but it turns out I should have been worried. Then he grabs onto the lane line. He looks at me. I look at him. I'm like, you good, man? He's like, yeah, I'm just catching my breath. He does the same thing that the guy that I saved did. He starts rolling under the lane line. I'm like, are you sure he's good? He's like, no, please come get me. So I had to hop in after him, and I had to do the same thing that I did for the other guy like a few weeks ago. And I was like, bro, I'm like, dude, you were going to jump in the 18-foot pool, man. Like, could you imagine how bad that would have been? But I know we stayed at the 3-foot section. He knew actually how to stand at the bottom of the pool, thankfully. I showed him how not to drown. It was pretty solid, pretty solid. But like, come on, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 2 saves, 2 saves. But
Alex, do you have one?
Yeah. So, once again, this was in the 4-foot area, so it really shouldn't have been hard to drown. But Connor knows what I'm talking about. There was like this one kid who would consistently like pretend that he was drowning just to trick the lifeguards. So then when it was like my turn, he'd do that, and I'd be like, stop, and then he'd do this thing where he'd just point at himself like, are you talking to me? And I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to you. Like stop pretending to drown. Like you want me to hop in there and pull you out? Like, I'm not in the mood to do that. I just want to sit here in my chair and do nothing for the next 7 hours and not have to pull your ass out because you're being a dick. I didn't say that part to him, but I should have.
I really hope not. This is a kid. No, see what?
Listen here, jackass.
No, because when I got my lifeguarding certificate, right, I was like, all right, what pool do I want to work at? Like, I didn't realize they were gonna offer me a job at the place that I took the certification, which it was a university, which I'm like really glad they did. But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, outdoor, like if you work outdoors, like an outdoor pool, you have to worry about the weather and like all that crap. If you work at a beach, then that's like the worst you can possibly get, like the tides and the winds and the sharks, maybe I don't know, jellyfish. So I was like, hell no. And definitely nowhere with kids. That was like my biggest priority because I know myself as a kid, I would have hated myself to like guard myself as a lifeguard now. Like I would have been like the kid that I would like blow out all the air and like lay at the bottom of the pool, not to like pretend like I'm drowning, just like for the fun of it, because like sometimes it's fun just to lay at the bottom of the pool. But like as a lifeguard now, I would have been pretty pissed if I saw a kid just like laying at the bottom of the pool. I'm like, nah, I got you, I'm good. But yeah, no, university pool, so much better.
Alright, so here's mine. I cannot stand it when people cannot swim, when they are so confident, and they say, oh yeah, I've swam before. Bitch, when? That's... No, so like I had someone come in the other day. And they were asking like pool hours, whatever. It's like you have people who can teach us how to swim. I'm like, well, first of all, can you swim? He's like, well, yeah, I can swim. I'm like, can you do a whole lap? He's like, well, no. I'm like, okay.
That's the bare minimum.
I mean that's I would rather have someone be honest with me about it. If they can do a whole lap. But it was like, it's like, so someone could teach me how to swim. Like there's people at the other pool that can help you do that. It's like, why can't you teach me how to swim? I'm like, because I have to save your ass if you do stupid, and I'm the only one here.
That part's not my job.
That part's not my job. It's my job to save you from yourself. That's my job.
It's a lot. Oh my god, it's just a lot. You know, I had, what was it? I had a false alarm. I don't know. I had one false alarm. It was this kids swim meet, and it was a long course. I don't know if people don't know what long course is. A pool is usually 25, was it yards? 25 yards, I think. And yeah, and then a long course would have been 50 yards. So it's just taking out that flip turn or whatever it is in the middle. And there was these little kids. They were doing their meets. Not like little kids. They're probably like 13, 14 maybe. And this girl was doing 100 butterfly, which I'm like, okay, props to you, that's hard. But like it was like 8 lanes, whatever, for people doing butterfly. And she went her first 50, all right, pretty good. Then she was coming back, and then like right around my chair, like right the front of my chair, I see her like stop, like right in the middle, and I'm like, okay, is she good? Because you're not supposed to stop, obviously, in the middle of a race. She starts like coughing up like crazy and like starts like hitting her chest. I'm like, okay, that's not good. So I start running at her, and she starts like flailing her arms. I'm like, okay, I definitely got to hop in. So by the time I get to her, she makes straight eye contact with me, and then like her eyes widen as soon as she looks at me, and then she just goes straight back into swimming the rest of the 50. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I hope I wasn't just that repulsive that she's like, no, no, don't touch me, I'm going. But like, I mean, obviously I'm joking. I'm sure she just. I'm sure if I hopped in, it probably would have disqualified her. I don't know if it would have disqualified the whole race, but definitely would have disqualified her. So, I mean, good for you, but, like, couldn't you have just done that at the wall? Like, come on, man. Like, why do you have to, like, stop? Like, I don't know. But she didn't drown. I guess that's what's important. But, like,
That's the goal. That's the goal.
that is it. I didn't have to hop in. Like, if I had to hop in and, like, pull her out of the water, like, that would have been a whole other mess, but it was pretty crowded, too. I didn't want to deal with that.
Oh, man. Okay. So, does anyone else have anything more to bitch about?
Oh, there's this, I don't know, there's this couple, I don't know if you saw them. I know you're working at the Olympic-sized pool now, but in the mornings. But, yeah, they do come in the mornings. They always sit at the wall. Like, they always come in to swim. They stay there for like an hour and a half or whatever. But they max do like 1 lap, 2 laps. But they always just sit at the wall and like they like kind of flirt and like touch with touch each other and whatnot like the whole time. Like, why are you at a pool to do that? Like, I don't want to watch that. But like, it's my job to watch them, make sure they don't drown. But like, dude, like, come on, like you're here to like, you guys are here to swim. Like, if you're just gonna do that, then. Like, I don't know why you decide to do it at a pool. Like, I don't understand what the thought process is. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, let's go flirt at the pool. You know, we'll do, like, 1 lap and then whatever. Like, I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me.
I hate those people, honestly. Alright.
Mm.
Alright, so we good on everything? Everyone aired their grievances?
Aired their grievances.
Well, you see, Salim, every week on this show, it is like the Festivus episode from Seinfeld. There's good stuff, and then you get to the airing of grievances at the end, which is what we call time to bitch.
I do appreciate this.
So yeah, time to bitch is technically airing of grievances. Tune in next week when you see the off-camera thing of feats of strength. This is where Salim, Alex, and I lift a football player out of a pool.
Oh my god. I hope not. Oh my god. No more, dude. No more getting people out of pools. Like, I'm done.
That would be the feats of strength right there.
That'd be feats of strength.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. Let me get to the gym first, and we'll do the feats of strength thing.
Let Salim get another about 40 pounds on him, and then we'll.
I need 40 pounds. I'm telling you, I've been working on it. Okay, pancakes, like 10 to 12 pancakes every morning, helps out a lot. Which actually doesn't sound good now that I think about it. And then you burn all of it. That's the hard part. It's just the eating.
Yeah. All right. So we good for now?
I think my grievances have been dealt with. I don't know, the pool's pretty chill besides, it's the people.
Alright, so we're going to close out this episode. Salim, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. I'd be down. This was cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Come back anytime you want to. Within reason.
I'm just gonna hop in like mid-episode. You're just gonna be interviewing like someone really serious and be like, "Hey, where's Canada?"
He's gonna come in. He's like, "Hey, where's my street?"
Do you know how to get home from here?
Yes. Help me get home. Can someone
I'm gonna
help me get home?
I'm gonna call Connor while he's in the middle of his interview. I'm like, "Hey, so I just like took like a left on Main Street and I went down for 30 minutes and I have no idea where I am anymore. Please help."
A left on Main. Where on Main Street did you take?
Well, I passed the yellow gym and I caught the Turtwig by the corner, so I know that. I can get to the Turtwig pretty confidently. I'm pretty confident about the Turtwig.
Me pulling up Pokemon Go. Oh yeah, no, take a left.
Ah, okay. I missed it. I thought it was the right. Had him inversed.
Alright, so with that, we say goodbye for now. Wash your fucking hands. We're so close to being done with this goddamn pandemic.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week.
Adios.
See ya.